I'm John, and this is my family business, Gettysburg Miniature Soldiers. I work here with my father, John Sr., and that's my son. He runs around here too sometimes. But what this shop is all about is toy soldiers. A question I get asked frequently is, how do some figures compare to others? I get asked that quite often, relating to both the size and stature and also the quality. So today we're going to take some time to compare a few of your favorite brands of these beautiful hand-painted miniatures. So here I have laid out some examples of current figures from left to right. We have a Britons, a King and Country, John Jenkins, and a First Legion figure. As you can see, I lined up the bases. I tried to pick figures that were posed fairly similarly to one another based on the way these figures were standing, and that way we could get a more accurate comparison. So with my ruler, all of these guys lined up to right around the 65mm mark. They actually compare pretty well with each other. There isn't a whole lot of difference as far as their stature. None of these really strike me as being dramatically thicker or thinner than the others. Some people, when they collect figures, they like to stick to one brand or another, and there's nothing wrong with that. Some companies have a more diverse figure range when it comes to certain time periods. For instance, King and Country have done a really extensive range of World War II figures, and Britain's has done the same thing with their Civil War miniatures. So if you find yourself questioning whether or not to incorporate a different brand of figure into your display, I wouldn't question it too much, especially in regards to will it fit in as far as the size. The current standard for these miniatures is 1/30th scale, and as you can see, they do line up pretty well together. Where you will start to see differences, though, is in the year of manufacture. Over time, both the quality and the scale has crept up from all of the manufacturers. The scale of these figures has gone from 1/32nd scale in the early 2000s, which is about 54mm, to now these guys are all 1/30th scale, which in the industry is commonly referred to as 60mm, even though we've just established with my ruler that they're probably closer to 65. So that the big shift in both the quality and the size happened roughly around 2008. So if you're thinking about mixing figures together made from before or after that year of manufacture, then you will probably see a noticeable difference in those areas. Remember, though, that you are building your display for you. So I would encourage you to collect the figures that you like, and I always remind customers that people, and horses for that matter, are different sizes anyway, so a minor discrepancy between figures isn't really so awful. The most important thing, though, is that you like your collection. And hey, if you don't, bring it in, and I can probably get you some credit towards something you actually will enjoy.